Hi Anderson, it's Mrs. Olson. I thought I would make this video and go through the second submission on the semester one project. Okay, so you have narrowed down your topic to include abstract thinking. Okay, what I would encourage you to do is to narrow it down even further and to put information on a slide that refers to abstract thinking in teenagers, okay? That will help narrow down what it is that you are researching, why you are interested, and why you're interested in it, okay? Okay, so here on this one, you have a graphic and you're saying that this is a great example of abstract thinking. She's understanding something that she didn't. Okay, so you are making an inference, which is a guess as to what this is referring to. What would strengthen your presentation more is if you wrote further what this person could be thinking about. All right, so hold that thought. There's another one that I want to touch on. The same thing with here. You said this is another great example of abstract thinking. And then it doesn't say anything after that. You don't explain why it is an example of abstract thinking, okay? So if we back it up and look at your definition of abstract thinking, you write that it is understanding and thinking about complex concepts that are not tied to concreter, which isn't a word, but you might want to say to more concrete experiences. On this slide, I would talk about specifically the teenager's ability to think abstractly. Okay, so you want to provide some examples. One example is that I have been helping with my 6-year-old daughter's developmental basketball program. And the other day, the coach was facing them, a line of players, and he was demonstrating something to do with his left hand. But because he was facing them, they were all using their right hand because they don't have the ability to think that, oh, if he's facing us, that hand is actually my right hand. What the coach should have done, because the kids are so little, is to raise his right hand to demonstrate dribbling with the left hand, right? Because they don't have at that age the ability to think abstractly. If somebody's facing them and showing them a hand, they're going to use the hand on their body that matches up with the person on their own body. Okay, so here's another example. Again, my daughter is 6 years old. You are in high school. If I asked you, or if I give you a scenario about a student falling down in a hallway and the reasons why, you might come up with 5, 6, 7, a whole bunch of different reasons why that student fell in the hallway. A first grader might come up with 1 or 2, and they'll probably have a story about why the person fell down, but not be able to expand on 5 or 6 or 7 different possibilities about why that person fell down in the hallway, okay? That's an example of abstract thinking outside of yourself. All right. And then to elaborate on that even further, abstract thinking is the ability to use imagination in real world situations, just like with the falling in the hall scenario. Okay, I'm going to press play again. So I guess to go backwards, a lot of that information can be put on several slides here, okay? Once again, you want to come up with an example very specifically about what this person is representing specifically in abstract thinking. Same here. This doesn't show anything except that we've got a person, a brain. It looks like they're doing different activities, but there's no explanation tying the details of the image to something specific related to abstract thinking. Okay, so here you are talking about why you chose the topic, okay? And it says that you're interested in abstract thinking because it happens every day. I think here would be a good example to use a personal experience of abstract thinking that you use every single day. Okay, and then this is where you are talking about discussion on how your research furthered your knowledge, and you said that you thought it was just mainly understanding any concept, but you learned that abstract thinking is not tied to concrete experiences. Okay, I'm going to encourage you to research a little bit further. What might help with your research is if you type into Google, see, I've already done it, abstract thinking in teenagers. You're going to get a bunch of different websites. This one is the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, okay? And it is going to give you accurate information. I'm going to trust a children's hospital. The other one that you might want to look at is Stanford Medicine's. This one is a sciencey article. It might be a little bit challenging to read. I looked at it and I didn't even want to read it. Let's see. Those are two that you could definitely consult. And I think I used this one a long time ago. Yeah, here's another one. So the University of Rochester. So those are three good ones. I think that would be beneficial to read some more information on abstract thinking. All right, so here you go. You want to extend what you said here about the teenager's ability to compare another thing using a metaphor or analogy. Remember, my little first grader, she's beginning to understand metaphors and analogies, but it is still a work in progress. Okay, and then here's you explaining again, one reason I like abstract thinking is because you use it in your everyday life, whether you know it or not. Again, you probably want to include a specific real life example. All right. So going back to this, on your second submission, you still want to include the websites, videos, and resources that you used. And then I want to encourage you to find another detail that matches this one, something that is unique to your topic, okay? Something very, very specific. So for your second attempt, I'm not going to change anything on the rubric. I am hoping that this video feedback will help you with finding more specific information. All right, Anderson, thanks for listening. Bye.